even if you didn't know their name before you met them, after spending a couple of hours hanging with the pack, watching them wrestle, jump around, chase and bite each other, play tug of war. After witnessing one of these bursts of hyperactivity, you'd say, these guys are wild dogs. And with that, you'd know their name. They are African wild dogs. They're sometimes called painted dogs. Their mottled earth tone coats, giving them the appearance of players in a paintball battle. I filmed this pack in South Africa's Sabi Sabi Game Reserve. The adults had made a kill in another part of Sabi Sabi and were now bringing the meat back to the pups. Wild dogs feed their young by regurgitating part of what they devoured earlier. The feeding frenzy heightened the excitement. Wild dogs may be the most successful predators in Africa. Nearly 80% of their hunts ending in a kill. By comparison, lions, the king of the beast, are successful perhaps 30% of the time. Not only are they relentless in the pursuit of their prey, but they also have the strongest bite relative to their size of any living carnivorous mammal. In other words, once they catch you, you stay caught. But for all their skill as hunters, wild dogs are endangered. Where there were once nearly 500,000 wild dogs in Africa, today there are between 3,000 and 5,500. Recently, while staying at Singita Pamushana Lodge in Zimbabwe, I went looking for wild dogs with Kim Wolhuter, an old friend and National Geographic filmmaker. Pamushana is in the Malilangwe Wildlife Reserve. I knew if anyone could find the dogs here, it would be Kim. He lives on the property and is almost like a member of the pack, crashing through the bush to get where the dogs go. Sometimes even getting out of his vehicle and literally running with the dogs.
The actual experience of running with these animals and knowing that you're out there with everything else. You know, they're interacting with lions. We came across lions on a kill one day, and the dogs were jumping around. The lions ran away. And then the dogs started eating the lion kill, and I was sitting there filming the dogs, and the lions came running in to chase the dogs away. And as it got to about 10, 15 meters, it suddenly thought, holy jolly, what's and turned around and took off. But
the lion turned around and took?
Yes, thankfully.
Yeah, because you don't have a weapon with you.
No, I don't carry a weapon. And for me, it's a lifestyle. That's why I do what I do. The filming is a way, a means to pay for that lifestyle. And if I can be out there interacting with these animals and them giving me the privilege to interact with them, I couldn't be happier.
To keep us both happy, Kim got back in the vehicle to follow the pack, since there's no way I could keep pace on foot. We caught up with them on a fresh impala kill on a dry riverbed. The Pamushana pack is down to just 5 dogs. Disease, poaching snares, loss of habitat have taken their toll. And these remaining guys aren't looking so good themselves.
The dark one is the alpha male with his broken back leg, which I think was broken in a snare. It's a very sad situation. You know, on the Malilangwe Reserve where we are now, the dogs are safe. We've got a very good anti-poaching unit, but outside the reserve they go into communal areas and even into the national park, and it's very sad. There's a lot of snares out there. Amazingly, these dogs have actually got out of those snares. When you see the cable that they've chewed through to get away, and then we find them with the snare around their neck, cutting deep into their neck or across their body or whatever, and we dart them and take the snare off.
Despite their efficiency and success as predators, life is not easy for the wild dogs of Africa. Their survival will depend on the protective efforts of places like Pamushana Lodge and the Malilangwe Wildlife Reserve. The dogs will also benefit from filmmakers like Kim Wolhuter, who follow the dogs wherever they go in order to bring their story to the rest of the world.